And what piece of advice would you give to other refugees like you or younger than you?
One of the most important pieces of advice that I would give to any refugee is to always have hope and to do what you can in the situation that you are in, and to do your best to hold on to that sort of drive and hold on to the hope that you have. Because I feel like, especially being a refugee, it's so difficult to have hope for the future and so difficult to try to predict what's going to happen in the future. And so do your best to improve yourself, do your best to discover more about your passions and who you are with the situations that you are in, and to know that you are not alone and you never will be alone. And there will always be a place in the world for you, and there always is people that are trying to help you, people that are trying to support you. And to any refugee in the world, I would like to tell them to stay strong, to keep doing what you're doing, and to always stay hopeful for the future, because there will always be a place for you in the world.
And finally, what would you like to say to someone who is coming to Canada and wants to be as prepared as possible?
To try to find a community of yourself, surround yourself by people who support you and by people that you can depend on and people that can be there for you and have your back, whether that be family, whether that be friends, whether that be people in your workplace or community or school. Because I think that one of the biggest differences that I noticed when I first came to Canada socially is this culture of individualism and how people are sort of isolated from each other, not only from their families, but just as friends. And that's one of the biggest differences that I noticed, because in my culture, in Hazara culture or in Afghanistan, people are very, very close-knit. People are very family-oriented. They do a lot of sacrifices for the family. They work very hard to give their families a comfortable life. And not only this, but even between neighbors, friends, classmates, it's just a very close-knit community where you know that you're surrounded by people that in your darkest times were there for you, in your happiest times will be there for you. And so when you come to Canada, you can sort of feel isolating in that way, because you're put into this social environment where people are much more different. You know, everyone's leading their own personal lives. Everyone wants to achieve their personal goals. And it's just sort of isolated and more individualistic in that way. One of the biggest advice that I would give is to try to find that community that will help you not feel that isolation, that will help you, that help to bring you up and support you and give you that support that is very needed when you're working in such, fast forward in a world that's so progressive and fast forward, like, especially like Vancouver. It's a very big city, it's a very busy city, and so I think it's very easy to feel like you're falling short or feel like you're feeling lost. And so because of that, it's always very important to surround yourself with very good people that are there for you, they'll have your back and on who you can depend on.